We interrupt our program to bring you a special broadcast. The German news agency Transocean said today in a broadcast.
Here's another late development, and this news keeps coming in as we're talking here.
Daniel Williams, he's the bass player for Sleep When You're Dead. He brought me out, he came out to Dallas, and it was for a show for Run the Jewels. And she was part of the group of friends that came down to see the show. And I met her. Actually, I'll snap, the picture will be right up there. There's actually a picture of all of us together. So like, I've met her in person, and it's just like, that's just a rare thing to do or see or have or be able to do. So you value people like that. You hold them in high regards, actually. But I mean, I'm not going to sit here, and that's what I said. As we extend and like grow our audience, it'd be like really ridiculous for me to not. It'd be ridiculous for me to just continue to try and put this podcast in front of people who are not watching it. If somebody else wants to support us, I'm not going to say no. But I'm also innately, I have to provide that platform. I have to provide that ability for them to support us. And a lot of people might not like that shift. But I mean, we here to help each other.
Yeah, we're here to help people who want to be helped, who want this perspective, who want solid information, want the news in a way that's relevant to them, or maybe opens their eyes to something that they didn't see before. And then just even on life issues, even what we're talking about right now. Like, we got people who supposed to be rocking hard body with us. They don't even watch the podcast. It's just mind-boggling to me. I don't want to shift too far. But, I mean, it goes without saying, like, your support matters, you know? Why do we have people who we barely know, who we barely met, who subscribe and listen to us? You know, and we got a lot of people who don't even look like us that are subscribed. They check our content out. And
maybe we need to talk about that.
We do. I mean, I think we vaguely touched on it one time, maybe a few months ago. But it should go without saying, like, if somebody's your partner, your friend.
Because we've definitely addressed people in our community not supporting us.
Yeah. And it costs them nothing to do. It's really a like or a subscribe. It takes 5 seconds to support. Watching the video. And literally, you don't have to sit and watch the whole video. You can put your headphones on. Like, I got people who are out and about every day. You got to drive to work. Put the podcast on and listen to it in the background. Give critiques. Like, we actually really out here wanting to put together solid content, and we want people's opinions and feedback. But you can't give me solid opinion and feedback on the podcast if you ain't listened to it. That's not. You can't tell me what I should and shouldn't do on my podcast if you haven't listened to it.
Say it one more time for the people in the back.
Bruh, you cannot give me any critiques or comments on what I should and shouldn't be doing on my podcast if you haven't listened to it.
There's notion, and Joy is getting this currently. She's realizing this, that the people who support you do it, and they don't need a reminder. Like you're on social media every day. Mm-hmm. You see my stuff go by. All you have to do is like it. But you know, it goes beyond that for me, because I also understand how you could just scroll by. You could miss it. The algorithm, that way the algorithm is designed, it pushes stuff that they want to the front.
So, and that's true. So if what you see is a bunch of foolishness, but at the same time, if my post came up and you liked it, it'll come back up in your feed. You know what I'm saying? So every time I put a post, you might not even know what it's about. Like, I got people who post stuff up, and I just like their post because it's support. Oh, you don't have anybody to like this post? I'm going to be the first to like it.
There are people's channels I'm following that have nothing to do with me. They're makeup tutorial pages. When they post a video, I just hit play and walk away.
And hit the like button.
And just hit the like button. Because no matter what, If they ask me about their content, I won't know it. But the fact of the matter is, it isn't directed for me. My mom is watching this right now. This has nothing to do with her. I mean, everything we're talking about, me and her have already talked about in the past, or to some extent. So it's like, for her, I feel like this is her way of joining with one of her kids. Because she talks to my brother and sister every day of the week. I only call my mom once a week. People say that's horrible. No, that's our way. And because my mother understands her children. She knows that Hero is a lust for his time. And even if he does have the freedom of time, he much rather be in isolation because his thought process, or he's going to call you when he truly wants to think about you or talk to you. And that's not to say that he doesn't care, but it's just when he much rather talk to him when he wants to talk to you. So my mother loves these things. It's stored information of our relationship that she can always reference. And it's directly to her. She knows she's my biggest fan.
Oh, thanks.
So she knows.
My mom doesn't watch the podcast. I'm gonna just say that.
And the only time I'm truly hurt, because you said it yourself, when I posted that last podcast, there was only 3 views. You watched it, I watched it, and I know who the third person is.
Mm-hmm.
I know who the third person is because I didn't get a chance to promote the video right away.
But the person who was in the video didn't even watch the video. And what does that say? So, like, when I see stuff like that, I'm like, is this just a waste of time? Is it like, did I waste my time with you? Like, that you didn't even have the ability to click on the video, like the video, or you even subscribe to the page? And then, do you have post notice on? You know why you didn't know the video? Because you don't have post notice on. We made a video for you, and you didn't repost the video because you don't have post notifications on. You're probably not even subscribed. It's just insane. It's insane to me. You know,
and that's why I feel like I'm definitely of the volition of going in a new direction with the podcast because ostensibly,
I think we don't have to change.
I think our marketing for who we market to, and what we talk about has to change ostensibly then too, because
to an extent, we still need to touch on these issues.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think we need to be on a whole super. We don't need to be on the super Negro tip all the time, but we do need to come out and smash wrong perspective and ideas. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We got to come out and smash that stuff hard. But ultimately, like, people got to understand that this is really about us promoting, consciousness and just good old fashioned common sense. And like,
because really, those things don't require you to have a gender, race, or ideology. It just requires you to have a basic thought process.
Or the ability to identify with another human being. That's why it's called the identity boot. And even the title itself seems so simple when we explain it to people that way. Like, how different we are, how differently we were raised, and even some of the things that we hold to now doesn't change the ability for the both of us to identify with each other and be very close friends, and even a short period of time. And that's the point. Like, just because somebody's different than you doesn't mean that you can't cultivate a relationship with them and see the human side of them and have empathy for them. Like, it beyond me. Like, it's beyond me. Like, I get on the internet all the time. I'm always on YouTube and I see, because I watch all kinds of videos. Like, I follow Ben Shapiro. I follow Anthony Brian Logan.
An idiot.
I don't think Ben Shapiro is completely an idiot. I like a lot of the points that he makes. And then on the other side, I listen to Jimmy Dore. Jimmy Dore he will tell you he's pretty much a socialist. He's a very progressive Democrat, but he clowns Democrats.
Aggressive. He's
very aggressive. I mean, like, this is a guy who argues vehemently against Cenk Uygur a lot of the times. He'll say, I agree with Cenk on this, and then he'll say, Cenk's an idiot for this. And I'm more with Jimmy and the way he thinks about things and the way he presents the information. And I think that's what I have a problem with Cenk. I don't like how he presents the information. I think he's a complete tool bag. But Jimmy's funny, and he's very knowledgeable, and he presents it in a way that's palatable to me. So I will listen to Jimmy. But the reason why I can listen to somebody like Ben Shapiro, Jordan Peterson, and then come over and listen to Jimmy Dore is because I consider myself very conservative on certain issues, very liberal on certain issues. Like Hero and I think all drugs should be legal, but if you're gonna do some hard narcotic, you need to be in a safe, controlled environment so that you don't kill yourself.
Or other people.
Or other people.
I don't care if you kill yourself.
Yeah, actually, yeah. If you kill yourself,
that's your choice. If you kill yourself, that's your choice. But if
don't kill anybody else.
Yeah, don't. If you die going 90 down the freeway, other people might die.
Yeah, but and on the same side.
But I'm also there to say, don't kill yourself.
Yeah, we're in the life-saving business. We don't want people to die. Let's just be real.
Eric's being honest. I'm gonna keep it real. Hey, we need your like.
Hey.
No. Seriously, don't kill yourself.
Yeah, but no. But really, back to the serious note, we do need people to understand, like, it's okay to have a difference of opinion. And that's why Hero and I really do this, is so that you can see that we disagree. And then after this, me and Hero are going to go eat some food.